Nomadic pride.
What's up, guys? So continuing from yesterday's project, today is going to be the roof rack. Now, if you've been following along, you'll know that I was anticipating getting an extended van. And so my roof rack is for an extended van. I was a little bit worried it wasn't going to fit, but I don't think we're going to have an issue with it after all. We're going to end up chopping a bit off the back end of it, and I think it's going to work out just fine. I may not be able to get all the solar panels up there that I was looking to, but no big deal. Get back to you in just a little bit. The van's got 8 holes for mounting a roof rack, and each hole is covered with a really sticky seal, which is then painted over. After removing all 8 seals and scrubbing the area with acetone to clean off the residue, this is what you're left with. A hole with an M8 nut inside. For whatever reason, Ford Transits always require that you enlarge 1 or 2 of these holes to keep the bolts from binding. A ball peen hammer ensured that no jagged edges were left behind. From there, it was time to install the feet, laying down a bit of sealant around each hole as we went. And then the rail. This is the right front of the roof rack, in case you can't tell. After some fumbling around with the hardware, the rail was good to go, so we moved over to the other side and repeated the process.
Don't know which way you're facing.
Before tightening things down, we added a few cross members to square it up.
Yeah, I was right. You see?
So slide it all the way back, I guess, just to get it to the same. I got about an 8 on the inside here. Yeah, so these more or less just get it kind of lined up to get the roof bracket bolted.
Since the rack is for an extended van, a couple feet had to be chopped off the back end of the rear rails. To make sure the cuts were identical, the 2 rear rails were paired up and clamped. And then my brother took his handheld bandsaw and did this. From there, it got a little love from a disc sander, and finally a simple rasp was able to finish the job. After that, the exposed edges got a couple coats of black primer and we installed the rear rails. Finishing up with the fairing up front, it seemed like we were done. But later, when I headed home, as I hit 37 miles per hour, a super loud rumble started. I discovered that it was the front fairing. It was resonating and rapidly slapping the top of the roof. Luckily, the lower edge has a protective guard, so no damage was done. I jammed a piece of styrofoam in between the fairing and the roof, and that worked as a temp fix. So here's the finished rack. I've got 3 more cross members, but I didn't install them yet since now I'm not entirely set on the orientation of the solar panels, given that I've lost one due to space. Big shout out to my brother Dan for his help with this project. It was like 90 degrees out, in the sun, and with a white van glaring right in our faces. Thanks, Dad. And thanks everyone for watching, liking, and subscribing. It really helps the channel, and I appreciate you. So I'll get out of your face for now, and I'll see you in the next one.